August 12th is a Thelemic Holy Day or holiday known as Beast and Bride Day, or the first night of the prophet and his bride. In this video, I discuss what the holiday is and how to celebrate it. If you are brand new, don't worry. This video is appropriate for all levels of practitioners, and I hope all levels are able to get some inspiration from this video. I'm Mavius Lynn. I'm a practicing occultist as well as an artist. Here on my YouTube channel, I talk about all things occult, with a focus on Western esotericism as well as ceremonial magic. I hope sharing my journey inspires others. Now, a quick note before we begin talking about Beast and Bride Day. I'd like to make a note that Thelemites are extremely diverse in their thoughts, beliefs, interpretations, choice of words, etc. So, the information in this video is based on the Book of the Law, as well as other historic documents, as well as Aleister Crowley's commentary on the Book of the Law. But of course, ultimately, the views expressed in this video are my own. So what exactly is a Thelemic holiday, or holy day, or feast day? Well, in our central sacred holy text, the Book of the Law, it outlines a number of feast days that you can celebrate throughout the year, and we'll be focusing in on one of them, the Beast and Bride. So, specifically, you might ask yourself, what exactly is this book I keep seeing Thelemites talk about? Now, that's a whole topic in and of itself, but I just want to quickly comment on this. This isn't just a random book that Aleister Crowley sat down and wrote, though he did plenty of that. He was a poet as well as a rather prolific writer in his time. But this book is special because it's what we call a dictated text, meaning Aleister Crowley technically isn't the author. He was the megaphone by which divinity spoke through him. So you'll find in this text it's quite a little confusing, a little jarring, because it's not really written by a person for people to read. As a Thelemite, I consider this book a sacred text, and I think about divinity speaking through Crowley in this, so it's a little tricky when you pick it up to understand it, but this book does lay out all of these feast days throughout the year. So if we go to chapter 2, we'll find the quote specifically talking about the first night of the prophet and his bride, so I'm going to read that to you right now. Let the rituals be rightly performed with joy and beauty. There are rituals of the elements and feast of the times, a feast for the first night of the prophet and his bride. So there we go, that lays it out. And because this book is a little tricky, Aleister Crowley actually went back and made commentaries on this holy book in something called The Law is for All. So I'll read you an excerpt, a quote from Aleister Crowley himself about this dictated part of the text, where he says, "There should be a special feast on the 12th day of August in every year, since it was the marriage of the beast which made possible the revelation of the new law." And of course that new law Crowley's talking about here is Thelema. The heart of Beast and Bride Day is the unlikely love between two people, Rose and Aleister, that ushered in a divine message of the new era, Thelema. Now, the Boleskine House Foundation had a fantastic little blurb about Rose and Aleister, so feel free to pause the video to read the whole thing, and I will read you an excerpt from that now. I think it's just great. The story goes that Rose was in a difficult position, being pressured by her mother to marry Mr. Hill, a solicitor many years her senior, who had demonstrated his affections for her. Rose's brother introduced her to his friend Aleister Crowley. Seeing the damsel in distress, Crowley offered her his hand simply to escape the arranged marriage. Early on the 12th of August, they were married. Rose Kelly was the first in succession of Aleister Crowley's magical partners to bear the title Scarlet Woman. Without Rose or their union, there would be no Book of the Law. But of course, neither of them knew this at the time. It was a chance encounter and rescue mission by marriage that ended up blooming into something beautiful. Reflecting on our own lives this holiday, we may not realize something is important in the moment, but later it can bloom into something beautiful and meaningful. This day is an opportunity to reflect on the divinity woven throughout our lives in subtle and surprising ways. So, perhaps a way to think about it is pausing and reflecting on all of the mundane but necessary ways divinity is woven throughout our journey in life. So, when it comes to celebrating Beast and Bride Day, there are no set traditions on how to celebrate this day. Here are some suggestions. You can have your own feast. It doesn't have to be elaborate. The point is to bring mindfulness to your meal, and that can be accomplished under any budget. What a joy it is to gather with friends and loved ones and enjoy food together. Additionally, you can write your loved ones a letter of gratitude for being a part of your journey through life. What a joy it is to have people in our life that we care about. Taking time to honor them is a worthy activity. This holiday is a great prompt for that. Another way to celebrate is to reflect and meditate on all of the mundane but necessary ways divinity is present throughout life. Meditation is a powerful tool for mindfulness and understanding. This day is a great time to pause and take time for reflection. During their time together, Aleister Crowley wrote 4 poems about Rose, the first one being Rosamundi, written in 1905. And I will read an excerpt for you from that poem because I think it's a beautiful way to reflect on this day. Rose of the world, red glory of the scarlet heart of love, red flame, rose red, most subtly curled, into its own infinite flower, all flowers above, its flower in its own perfumed passion, its faint sweet passion, folded and furled, its flower fashion. And my deep spirit taking its pure part of that voluptuous heart of hidden happiness. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of this beautiful holiday, Beast and Bride Day. I hope this video inspires and informs, a little of both. As always, thank you for watching. You can find me elsewhere on Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, and of course here on YouTube. So if you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, I am the center of expression for the primal will to good, and so are you.